The truth is, 84% of vegans quit after going plant-based and they end up eating meat again, dairy and eggs, and stop following the lifestyle. This is very unfortunate for the movement, and it's something that we have to look at. In my opinion, a lot of vegans like to just look at the sunshine and rainbows on the plant-based side and never look at the truth. And for me, being vegan now for 6 years and having coached over 1,000 vegans one-on-one in my vegan coaching program, I see why this happens, and I also see how this can be avoided. So if you want to grow the movement, we want to have a bigger impact, then this is what we should be thinking about every single day. How can we make sure more people stay vegan instead of quitting? And I found there's 3 reasons why people quit, and then 3 action items that we can take to not quit and grow the movement. The first reason why vegans quit is because they're disappointed by the results. That's what's happened to me when I first went plant-based. I gained 30 pounds of weight and I sustained that for like 6 months, 12 months. I was like, no, I'm committed to the vegan values, I'm committed to veganism, I'm keeping on doing this, doesn't matter if I'm gaining weight. But at some point, I still remember I was in Italy with my ex-girlfriend back then, and we're in a changing room of like a shopping place. She was looking at me like, she was like, Fritz, you've gained some weight. Damn, like that was the moment where I realized something's gotta change. I was about to quit, right? I was like, hey, this doesn't work for me. Like I've tried all the things, I ate all the whole foods, all the beans, all the nuts. I followed all the advice, I've eaten so clean, but I still gained weight. So I was really about to quit. I was about to be one of the 84% of people that quit the vegan diet. But fortunately, I myself got a coach for myself. I understood what works and I applied the principles that I'm gonna share with you here as well. So maybe 1 week in, 2 weeks in, maybe 1 month in, they're feeling great, they're losing weight, they're having more energy and all these things. And that usually happens because they cut out a lot of the junk food, a lot of the fries and the meat and all the dairy products, the ice cream. They just cut it out and they go plant-based, that's why I love being plant-based, because you can cut out all the junk right away and they see great results. Then after a month, things start to decline. Maybe they're gaining weight, maybe their skin is looking worse, maybe their hair is falling out, whatever might happen. I mean, I've had so many crazy stories, people hitting me up on Instagram, saying I'm losing my hair as a vegan, what should I do? I'm losing my nails, my eyebrows are falling off. I'm just kidding, that didn't come up. But there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, and that's the first number 1 reason why people quit, because of health, because their health is deteriorating and they're not feeling well. The reason why it is because there's still a lot of misconceptions and misinformation online, and people don't read into the plant-based diet before actually testing it out in the first place. So for that to be avoided, I believe every vegan needs to have some education, maybe even a tailored framework to follow initially, so they can understand, hey, how can I hit my B12? How can I hit enough protein? How can I get my omega-3 sources right? What foods do I actually use every single day and what do I cook with? That's also why I'm a big fan of Veganuary. They give some guidance when people go vegan and they don't end up failing because they have recipes, they have people guiding them. But once you understand it, a plant-based diet can be so simple, right? You might be thinking, watching this video, like, hey, veganism is so complicated, I don't know what to do. It's super simple. That's why I've sustained it for 6 years while running a business, while working 12, 14-hour days and traveling. Like, I still make it work even with all these restrictions, because if done the right way, it can be super simple. So the first thing needs to happen when you go vegan and you don't want to quit is having a tailored plan that is tailored to you. It tells you exactly what macros to eat, what not to eat, how to hit your micronutrients, what to supplement. And once you have that dialed, it will become like second nature to you. That's what we do with our clients as well. That's how they are successful in our program and crushing their fitness goals. The second reason why many vegans quit, in my opinion, is because they find it boring or not sustainable to eat plant-based, right? So they go vegan, they're excited, they're motivated, they're trying all these new recipes. Then they get bored, like, hey, I don't like this food, I don't like eating so many veggies, I don't like eating only whole foods. And they also have this messaging from the community saying, hey, you gotta be perfect, you gotta eat only whole foods, you're not vegan if you eat tofu and fake meats, like those are bad for you, don't have oil, don't have sugar, don't have anything. How is this enjoyable? It's not, right? If you keep cutting foods, you just wanna not do that anymore, right? You wanna quit. And that's why I'm such a big believer of having an inclusive diet versus an exclusive diet. Okay, obviously veganism is exclusive, you're excluding a lot of animal products, but don't go another step. Don't cut out carbs or salt, oil or sugar and processed foods because people tell you to. It's not needed to cut out these foods to be a healthy and fit vegan. All you gotta do is have a 70 to 80% whole food based diet and 20 to 30% of your diet can be processed foods. And their processed foods are gonna help you stay healthy, such as protein powder, such as tempeh, such as seitan. There's a lot of things. Also supplements are not natural, but they're gonna help you hit your nutrients. And again, all of these things is just so overwhelming and it's not sustainable, and people start quitting because they say, hey, I can't do this anymore. I wanna eat whatever I like and not restrict myself for life. And just to repeat again, you don't need to do that. I don't do this. I eat burgers, I eat pizza, I eat processed protein sources, and I still see results. I'm 100% healthy. My blood work is pristine, and our clients do that as well. And they lower the blood pressure, lower the cholesterol, and they save years of their life by doing it this way. So a vegan diet can be sustainable and enjoyable, and it needs to be that, so you stay vegan. And I think we need more information and more content around how to make a plant-based diet enjoyable. So you need to love the food you're eating. If you don't like the food, you're gonna quit at some point. That's the second thing I saw why people are quitting veganism. The third reason why many vegans quit the lifestyle is because of social pressure. I alluded to this in the point earlier. There's a lot of people in the vegan community who put a lot of pressure on other vegans and tell them, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. If you don't cut out leather, you're not a real vegan. For you to stay vegan, you need a strong community to support you that is on the same journey as you are, trying to be a healthy and fit vegan. So while there are some great vegan communities like Veganuary maybe, I personally believe having a fitness-based vegan community is going to be the best for you, because in that community is going to be focused on veganism, but it's also going to be focused on being healthy, having healthy habits, and having a support system around that. And if you combine the two, then you create this feeling of, hey, we are changing the world on one side by being plant-based, but also we are bettering ourselves, and we don't need to be perfect, right? We can be consistent. Just as humans, we need tribe. We need a tribe, we need a community that's on the same path as we are. So if you're doing this right now and you're doing it alone, yes, you can sustain it with willpower for a solid amount of time. I mean, I know people who are vegan and living in cities where there's no options at all, and they're really trying their best. They're just pushing through, powering through discipline and willpower. But at some point, it's gonna get really, really hard. That's where community is gonna hold you, where people are doing the same thing you are, where we're sharing recipes, where you're going to vegan restaurants together. If you don't have this right now, then I would suggest getting connected to some people in person. So maybe there's some vegan events, maybe it's a vegan festival, go to them, make some vegan friends, or even easier, use the community that's online, right? So there's a lot of vegan communities online, even on Instagram. How I found vegan friends in the first place, I just DM people on Instagram. I was looking up hashtags in my area in Berlin where I was living. I was just DMing people that seemed cool to me, it seemed fun to me. And then we connected, we went to a restaurant together, and we shared our experiences on a plant-based journey. And that made it so much easier for me to stay vegan and to stay motivated, because again, anything we do alone, you can get far, but you can get much further with the team, right? With the community. That's why also my coaching program for vegans, we have a strong community, people that support each other and motivate each other, and people are staying vegan because it's normal. Like at some point, this is what we do as a team, as a community. We stay vegan and we're strong and we are making a change. So if you're trying to make an impact, if you're trying to save animals, save the planet, and also make an impact for your health, you gotta stay vegan. Just going vegan for 30 days or 60 days or 2 years, it's gonna be nice, right? It's gonna have an impact, but the real impact happens when you stay vegan for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. That's where you create impact for your health, for your long-term well-being and avoiding diseases, and also for the planet and for the animals. The focus needs to shift from just going vegan, needs to shift to staying vegan, and that's how you make an impact.